Stadiums are not just mere structures that host a few games in it. These are matters of pride, loyalty, and culture, where thousands of fans get together to cheer on their heroes. While the world has seen a lot of incredible stadiums, today we're going to look at a few stadiums that were never built. So hit that like and subscribe button, pull up your socks, wear your helmets, because it's showtime. Starting with number 5, the Tokyo Olympic Stadium 2020 by Zaha Hadid. First on our list is a stadium designed by the late great Zaha Hadid. Known for her futuristic fluid designs, Hadid's vision for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics was nothing short of spectacular. The stadium was designed to look like a sleek, flowing spaceship with a sweeping oval roof and interlaced steel beams that create an iconic silhouette against Tokyo's skyline. Hadid's design was not only breathtakingly awesome, but highly functional as well. It was supposed to accommodate 80,000 spectators and was equipped with a retractable roof, making it feasible for all seasons, very important in Japan's changeable weather. This stadium was also conceptualized with advanced technology, including such a sophisticated cooling system which could keep the athletes and spectators comfortable during the very hot summer. The reason the stadium was not built is that its initial budget for the project was set at approximately $1.3 billion, while costs mushroomed to over $2 billion in the advanced stages of the designs. Subsequently, public outrage ensued, as Japanese citizens and officials got ruffled feathers with exorbitant costs, particularly in the wake of concerns of the country's economy and debt. In 2015, amidst heavy pressure, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe announced that Hadid's design would be scratched in favor of a more affordable alternative by Japanese architect Kengo Kuma. Although Kuma's design still delivered a beautiful and functional stadium for the 2020 Olympics, Hadid's vision would have been a true marvel of modern architecture to show Tokyo's ambition to the world. Had that structure been built, it would have been another standard that Olympic venues around the world should follow. And number 4 is the Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Las Vegas. Now, what we have here is an interesting what-if story involving the American team, the Dallas Cowboys. In the early 2000s, before Jerry Jones signed off on Arlington, Texas, there was a genuine consideration to move the team to Las Vegas. You heard it right, the Dallas Cowboys playing on the Las Vegas Strip. The proposed stadium was nothing less than over the top, fitting right into the vibe of Las Vegas. The plans included a retractable roof and field, high-end luxury suites, and a design that combined the feel of a spaceship and a glittering casino. I mean, can you envision it? The star of the Cowboys brightly displayed in the night sky of the desert. It would certainly be quite the spectacle. But the NFL wasn't exactly warm to the idea. The league was still wary at the time of being too closely aligned with gambling, synonymous with Las Vegas. There were questions too about whether Las Vegas, then a city of entertainment and casinos, could sustain the NFL team week in and week out. Instead, Jerry Jones decided to keep the Cowboys embedded in Texas and built a new stadium called the AT&T Stadium in Arlington. If one were to say that it was impressive, that would be an understatement, since it included one of the world's largest HD video screens and a luxury suite that could stand toe-to-toe against some of the finest hotels. In hindsight, that may have been a bit premature. The Raiders now call Las Vegas home, and considering the success of the NHL Golden Knights, with other major events making their way to the city, there has been proven some pretty strong appetite for sports. Were it to move then, it probably would have accelerated the transformation of Las Vegas into a real sports mecca. And number 3 is the Manhattan West Side Stadium. Now we take our ride into the heart of New York City to find the next one on our list. This was a centerpiece in the New York's bid for the 2012 Summer Olympics, which intended to bring the New York Jets back to their namesake city. The stadium would be built on Manhattan's west side over the rail yards between 30th and 33rd Street, an address that would make it one of the most accessible stadiums in the world. It would be sleek and futuristic in design, with a retractable roof, hosting everything from NFL games to Olympic ceremonies. Not just a stadium, the development was also to include backdrop space and retail, making the area into a thriving sports and entertainment district. Just think of going to a Jets game with the New York skyline as your backdrop, a fan experience like no other. Confronted on every possible front by fierce opposition, local residents and politicians citing increased traffic, neighborhood impact, and cost to taxpayers, plus real estate moguls, most notably the owners of the Madison Square Garden, and the final nail in the coffin came in when the New York State Public Authorities Control Board refused to approve funding, in essence killing the project back in 2005. It is conceivable that had the Manhattan West Side Stadium been built, New York would have had a much stronger chance of hosting the 2012 Olympics. and the Jets would have had a proper home field advantage instead of continually sharing MetLife Stadium in New Jersey with the Giants. New Yorkers were denied what could have been a transformative addition to the city's sports scene. And number 2 is Orbit Stadium in London. Let us now take flight across the ocean to London, where Orbit Stadium was supposed to set a new benchmark in both sustainability and multi-use design. Tottenham Hotspur, one of the most historic clubs in the Premier League, needed a new home, and the Orbit Stadium was set to achieve not just to be a football field, but rather as a state-of-the-art sports and community complex. It was designed by Populous, the same design firm that built the London Olympic Stadium. Truly ahead of its time, the design featured solar panels and a rainwater collection system, even complete with wind turbines, with the aim of achieving a zero-carbon footprint. This was not just going to be a venue, but an eco-friendly beacon to the future. This would have also meant that it could also host not only football matches, but also concerts, NFL games, and even cricket, accommodating all sorts of events in the same arena. Not only that, but it was also supposed to host apartment residences, office spaces, and community facilities, making it a hub of sports and activity throughout the year. The whole idea was to make the stadium part of a community, so it would offer more than just match day experience. While several designs were stunning, the Orbit Stadium was deeply plagued with major financial and logistical problems. The projected costs continued to increase dramatically, and because London had already been the host of many mega stadiums, obtaining the funds and planning permissions needed was particularly difficult. Spurs decided to remain where they were at, redeveloping the site at White Hart Lane into what became the newly opened Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in 2019. While the Spurs finally had a brilliant new home, the Orbit Stadium remains one of those tantalizing glimpses of what might have been a genuinely innovative, sustainable sports venue, which could have perhaps set an example to the rest of the world for many years to come. Indeed, that may still prove to be the case. And number 1 on our list is Dubai Sports City Stadium Complex. Dubai is one of those countries that always knows how to put on a show. Whatever they set their eyes on manages to come to life. Until the stadium was thought of, this ambitious project in Dubai speaks to the core features of Dubai's go big or go home attitude. Not new to pushing architectural boundaries, Dubai was supposed to take this complex to the pinnacle by becoming the biggest sports infrastructure in the world with not just one, but many world-class venues. It included a 60,000-seat stadium that could host football and rugby, or even large-format concerts. Complementing this was a specialist cricket stadium, a field hockey stadium, an indoor arena for basketball among other events, as well as support training facilities. The designs were bold, with futuristic architecture and sleek lines and dynamic form, with a focus on luxury and technology. Adding to that, the scale and ambition. The distinguishing factor in this project was that the Dubai Sports City wasn't about building simple stadiums. Rather, it was about creating a district solely for sports with residential and commercial areas, hotels, and academies for budding athletes. A vision to ensure Dubai became a global destination for sports fans, athletes, and event organizers alike. But all these lofty plans received a severe jolt when the financial crisis swept the globe in 2008. As the economy suffered, so did the funding of the Sports City complex. Much of the ambitious project was curtailed, delayed, or just outright cancelled. What remained was a shadow of the original vision, where some facilities were complete, but far from an interconnected pulsating hub. Partial realization of the Dubai Sports City is a wake-up call on the risk involved in mega projects, especially those with a reliance on strong economic conditions and investor confidence. This is how it could have positioned Dubai as a leading sports destination like London, New York, or Tokyo if the events had unfolded as planned. And there we go, folks, the top 5 stadiums that could have changed the way we looked at stadiums now, but as fate would have it, they remain mere pieces of architectural mystery. Which one of these would you have loved to watch a match in? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, make sure to like this video and subscribe to never miss on such amazing content. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, play safe, my friends. But are you curious about the 7 most terrifying abandoned mega projects? If so, watch this video to uncover the eerie stories behind these colossal failures.